Apparently you can make hundreds, even thousands of dollars selling a single stock photo. Let's see if that's true, because this is tested. So let's set the rules of testing this side hustle. First up, we have 1 week from when we publish our photos on various stock photo sites to make as much money as possible. If we don't make any money, then I have to do the forfeit, which is to get in the sea. And last time, that was one of the most painful experiences of my entire life. Insert terrible clip of me freezing to death in the sea. Horrible. But if we do make money, we're going to take the money we make and I'm going to give it away to a random subscriber. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow me over on Instagram, as we're going to announce the winner over there. So I'm going to break this down for you into 2 easy sections. First of all, what is stock photography and how have we actually got here? And second, did I actually make any money creating and selling my own stock photography? Photography itself has been around since the 1800s, but stock photography specifically dates back to the 1920s and 30s, when photographers like H. Armstrong Roberts wanted to set up companies to make more money from their photos. Instead of being paid to shoot one thing by a client, they would create elaborate shoots with models who would sign releases so they can sell the photos again and again. Not out of the ordinary now, but a stroke of genius back then. Arguably the most genius businessman of them all was a German Jewish refugee and master librarian called Dr. Otto Bettmann. What he did that was different was volume. He stashed 15,000 photos in a specialized image house and created his own archive of images called the Bettmann Archive. He then sold the use of those images to newspapers, ad men and scholars from all walks of life for hundreds, even thousands of pounds, and was extremely successful. But when computers came along in the 1980s and 90s, these bespoke libraries changed forever. This was because photos could be digitized, so absolutely massive libraries no longer needed tons of physical space, and you could find things easier using a keyword search. By the early 2000s, that had changed. Some companies changed their model to microstock, offering more generic images at cheaper prices. This created a whole new field of photography based on generic images and ideas, such as this photo that could be used in an economics article about 2 companies merging together, or how to have confidence at a job interview, because it doesn't have any specific context. And over time, whilst the market has now pivoted from generic images to ones with more authenticity, the payout over the last 10 years has got worse and worse. This is partly due to the fact that in around 2010, phones got cameras, and not the ones that looked like it was taken on a potato, ones that were good enough to compare to actual digital cameras. And then boom, everyone could be a photographer. That's great. I absolutely love democratizing a process, but with over 200,000 images a day uploaded to Shutterstock, these now earn pennies where they used to earn thousands. So with so many in the market, can you actually make any decent money? Let's find out. So the first thing we had to do was find what are the best stock photography sites to sell on that can make us the most money. And so the top 6 were Shutterstock, Pond5, Alamy, DreamSight, Big Stock, and iStock. Lots of stock. Big Stock, as part of their application, you had to do a test. I failed the test. That's the first problem. I failed the test here. So Big Stock, not signed up yet. I'm gonna have to do it again. Yeah, I failed it. So then getting an iStock was a bit weird because you had to apply by choosing your 3 best photos for them to review as part of your application, and obviously at the time,
okay, well we can't do that just now because I haven't got any photos to add.
So we couldn't apply for that one straight away. So at the moment we only had access to Shutterstock, Alamy, and Pond5, and also DreamSight. So those are the front runners for now. So we knew where we wanted to sell our images. Now we have to think about what images are we actually going to take, and this is where we created an outdoor category and an indoor category, and we went to some of the stock photography sites and they will actually tell you what kind of images their users are looking for this month. Actual words they said on their website for what people are interested in buying in March when we filmed this: depictions of people of all ages lying in bed or relaxing on a couch, well sick. So I have to pretend to be ill. And there you have it. The first idea for the indoor category is me pretending to be sick. Then we also have work from home, very topical right now. The other category being the fact they love things that are spherical, so I have a globe to take pictures of. And then last of all for indoors, we have just close-ups of some strawberries. Now moving on to the outdoor categories. And things that are near where I live: a castle, a rare bridge, yes, a city, and some woods. Easy. 8 categories, we will fly through these. Going to the castle, taking the photos, walking around the castle, loads of different images. They're not just like, oh, one photo and you're done. It's a numbers game for stock photography because you never know how many they're going to accept after the review process.
Happy with those?
Not really. Photography skills would help. Let's go to the next spot. A transporter bridge. Bet you've never seen one of them before.
More images of a bridge from one angle than the castle of multiple angles. I don't know how. Honestly, I'm not a very good photographer, let's be honest. And this was all on my iPhone as well. We were running out of time, so we kind of scrapped the woods. And then finally, city. We needed to travel into Cardiff to shoot another video. So we thought, boom, let's at the same time take some images of some arcades within the city, like old historic shopping arcades.
Gotta be quick with city photography because there's so many people about. I mean, it didn't help we chose a Friday afternoon.
Then we go over to the indoors. I'm like, we will nail these. It took forever. I spent a whole morning doing the work from home, top down, like printing off charts to put around me, making the desk all nice, running out of time because this is a side hustle, not a full-time job. And therefore we cut out, unfortunately, the strawberries. The fruit, gone. The globe, pretty easy, probably was the fastest one to do. And then last of all, me pretending to be on the sofa, set the camera up, put it on a timer, do all the settings I want, run, jump under the covers with my dressing gown, pretend to be ill, like, I'm ill.
Right, so I'm happy with all the photos that we've just taken. I'm now going to go edit them. You can do that in Canva for free, or you can use a paid tool like Photoshop or Lightroom. We're then going to go and upload them all to the various stock photography sites, and let's see how much money we make in a week.
So I went to edit them, and doing the manual settings, moving exposure and contrast and brightness and hue and saturation and all of the words that I don't know what they mean, I couldn't do it. So instead, I found one of the preset filters and just applied it to all of the images. Really, really easy. So quick disclaimer, I did end up getting some advice from our graphic designer we use, Josh, and that helped massively to make sure the images were not just dreadful. So now we had to upload the 44 images that I just edited to the various stock photography sites. The easiest one by far was Shutterstock. All the other ones should just copy their process because this is how it went. Upload the images in bulk and then auto detects keywords based on what the image is. You can then bulk select similar images and create a title and description. So like all the castle ones had the same title and description because it's the same picture of a castle just from different angles. Now I have to wait up to 5 days for them to review the images to see whether any of them are good enough. Things did not start well. So as soon as I uploaded some, within 10 minutes, I started seeing rejections. And you know, all of them said, over-edited, subject not in focus, contrast too high. What is going on? You said I could edit images. I provide slightly edited images. Not crazy. Not crazy editing, slightly. And they go, no, too edited. Don't tell me I can edit them. I could have just submitted the raw ones and I'm sure they would have been fine.
So this just happened. I now have 6 images accepted out of the 44 we uploaded to Shutterstock that are now live on their site that I can start earning money on. Doesn't mean I'm going to sell any, but we got some accepted from me taking pictures on my iPhone. That is nuts.
So here's a rundown of how many images we got accepted across all the sites, starting with Shutterstock. It started with 6, but actually ended up being 15 because all the illness ones got accepted after I signed a model release. Next, Big Stock, a big fat 0 because I failed the test to even become a contributor. Then we have Pond 5, the best one yet, 38 images accepted. Alamy, none, because they didn't have any camera data and therefore big fat 0. And then Dreams Time, I've been calling it Dream Site the whole time. They had an error when I uploaded them and just couldn't get it to work, so they were 0. And then iStock took way too long to actually approve me as a contributor, and as a result, didn't have time to do that. So in total, we have 53 chances of trying to make some money from these images that I've created. Now let's see how much money we actually made.
Here we go, the bit you've all been waiting for, how much money I made on Shutterstock and Pond 5. Let me just bring up my dashboard, refresh my screen so you know it's not just a screenshot. Oh, look at that, a big fat 0. No money from Shutterstock. How about Pond 5, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Refresh the screen here. Financials are looking low. A big fat 0. I haven't earned a single penny doing this side hustle in a week. Nothing. 0. Finito. Which means there is a forfeit, but more on that later. Now, let's get into rating this side hustle. Starting with time commitment, this is a 1 out of 5 because it literally took an eternity to do anything, and we obviously didn't sell a single image, so it took days and days and days. Very long time. Now, moving on, initial investment. This is a 4 out of 5 because, let's be real here, you don't need fancy cameras, you don't need fancy editing software or anything like that. You can just get started with the phone in your pocket, assuming you don't have a Nokia 3310. But seriously now, moving on to earnings potential. Worst score yet, 0. Big fat 0 out of 5 because we made 0 money. You can't get worse than that. Which means the overall rating for this side hustle is a 5 out of 15, 33%. The worst grade we've given the side hustle so far, which is a grade E. Now, let's move on to the unfortunate forfeit I have to do. Hold up there, you may be thinking, hey Charlie, where's the forfeit footage? Well, it turns out I didn't expect not to sell a single image on a single stock photography site and make a single penny. So we haven't filmed it yet, but it will be coming very, very soon in short form over on Instagram, TikTok, and obviously YouTube Shorts. So make sure you go over there to see this horrendous forfeit of me jumping in the sea. In the meantime, if you want to see a side hustle that actually works and can make you money, make sure you check out this video here. And just before you do that, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Check that, click it, do it. It's good. It's actually a good side hustle, seriously.